Good morning. I was listening to this Dr. Scott Jensen. I'm very impressed with this guy, aren't you? No, he was so early and he's been so strong over these last 3 years. He's talking about medical articles that are disappearing, from these fancy medical journals like the New England Journal of Medicine or the Lancet. They are removing these articles. How many? More than 300. More than 300 articles are gone. They just removed them. Right? I'll post a link to this. Now, why would you do this? Well, it's not very hard to figure this one out. Well, these articles, of course, they were so important. I think especially in the beginning, when these medical agencies and media, they wanted a good excuse, they wanted to be encouraged to push this agenda. These articles, of course, were used for this. Right? So people said, oh, it's in the New England Journal of Medicine. Oh, that's where it's coming from. The Lancet, So they were reading them, these stupid experts that we saw on the news. Of course, they were reading these articles. And now these articles are gone. Now what do you think? Maybe there are more people who want things gone. I'm thinking about, Schwarzenegger, for instance, and Piers Morgan. So I found this quote from Piers Morgan. Right? I remember this very well because he's talking about me. I'm a pureblood, and many of you are purebloods. He's talking about us in this quote. Piers Morgan, he said this. This was just after having his booster. So then he said this. Imagine being scared of having a safe, well-regulated 4-second needle when previous generations braved gunshots for years on end to save us all from tyranny. They really are, talking about us now, they really are a bunch of spineless pussies. So, Piers Morgan, today, how do you feel about this quote? About what you said? Well, you really helped them, didn't you? To push this poison by quotes like this. And then you said something about me, didn't you? Well, I have something to say about you now, today. I don't regret anything that I said over these last 3 years because I was right. That's the only difference. I was right, you were wrong, right? Well, it means that your awareness level is, I can't even find a word for it. You have the awareness level of some low-life creature crawling in some mud somewhere. And I'm so much smarter than you are, Piers Morgan. It's ridiculous. You can't compare us two. I'm so much smarter and more aware than you are. So I don't have to regret things like this. Because I was right, you see. And I never heard you apologize. No, nothing for what you said. Now, you think you're a smart guy, of course. And I may not be as articulate as you are or well known, but I'm so way, way above you. You see? It's ridiculous. So it's time for you to apologize and start to work on yourself. Do something about yourself. You're a mess. You have to stop caring about what the authorities and media, this whole thing. You have to stop caring about this. Do something about you. You're an embarrassment for humanity. That's what I want That's what I'm saying about you. Now, you call me this, right? You're a piece of shit. Alright. Be good.